Hello everybody, welcome back to Wrestling Rampage. I'm Joey, and today, as you guys know, I did when I completed my FMW DVD collection, I did a whole video on it, showing you guys the DVDs, telling you guys certain things about the DVDs. Well, I'm going to do the same thing for this, and it is the complete ECW DVD collection. Now, this is the Pioneer Entertainment. This is the original ECW DVDs that got released back at that time. All of them are made by Pioneer Entertainment, which was ECW's original, the original ECW's DVD distribution company. So I'm going to show you guys all these DVDs that I got. I have the complete collection except for one, but I have the re-release version of it, which I'll show you guys here in a minute. But anyway, let's go ahead and get into this. And I'm going to tell you guys some of the ones that you can find cheaper and some that you guys can, are kind of high. And yes, some of the ECW DVDs are fucking high. And I think the most I ever paid for one on this, guys, is like $14. I think that's the highest I paid, 14 or 15 bucks, and that was only, I think, on like 2 of them. So that's the highest I paid. Of course, I always look for deals. I always look for the cheapest one I could possibly find, and that's what I do. But anyway, first one up, and yes, I'm doing this in order as they got released, because some got released in 2000, 2001, and 2002. Yes, ECW was already out of business in early of 2001, but since Pioneer Entertainment had the rights to the footage, they released the DVDs until WWE bought it in 2003. They bought the actual library of ECW, and that's why you don't see any more ECW DVDs like that anymore. But anyway, first one up is uncensored ECW Extreme Evolution with the fist right there with the barbed wire. This one, you can find decently priced. It's a match comp. Let's check it out here. It does come with the insert. Some of these do not come with the insert, but it's still not a bad deal. This one I got, there's a few light scratches on it, but it's still in pretty decent shape. I got this for, you can find this for less than, $5 or $6. More on the 6 or 7, I guess I should say. I got this for about that price. It's pretty much just a match compilation of matches. Rob Van Dam versus Jerry Lynn, Mike Awesome, Sato Tanaka, Raven and Sandman, the Dudley Boyz versus Spike and Balls, the Eliminators versus Steve Williams and Terry Gordy, Sabu versus Taz, and Tommy Dreamer and Beulah versus Shane Douglas and Francine. 171 minutes. Contains graphic title matches never before released, including the infamous Raven versus Sandman barbed wire match. So yeah, I'd go ahead and get this if I were you guys. So ECW Extreme Evolution. Next one up is probably the cheapest one you could find, but that doesn't mean that it's the suckiest or anything. But it's ECW Path of Destruction with Rob Van Dam holding the ECW World Television Championship. Let's check it out here. Yes, mine came with the insert. The disc, great shape. There's nothing wrong with the disc. I got this for about $5. Oh, and for some reason the top don't close. But anyway, it's not a big issue. It's also a match compilation. It's 165 minutes. Chris Jericho versus Too Cold Scorpio. Versus Too Cold Scorpio versus Pitbull 2 versus Shane Douglas. Rob Van Dam versus Bam Bam Bigelow. Sandman versus Sabu. Ian Rotten versus Axel Rotten. Jerry Lynn versus Tajiri versus Super Crazy. Dean Malenko versus Eddie Guerrero. And Psychosis versus Rey Mysterio Jr. I suggest you guys pick this up. This is the cheapest one you could find, no doubt. and I'm glad to have it. I'm glad to have all these in my collection. So there you guys go. ECW Path of Destruction. Next one up is a pay-per-view, and it's ECW Barely Legal. Now, WWE released this as well with the ECW One Night Stand 2006. It's a bonus disc. This is actually the original version that got released by Pioneer Entertainment, which I'm glad to have in my collection, and it does come with the insert. Let's pop the disc. Great condition, no scratches. I got this for about $8. If you can get it for under 10, I suggest you guys get it. Barely Legal ECW. I'm a big ECW fan. I'm glad to have all the DVDs in my collection now. The Eliminators versus the Dudley Boyz. Lance Storm versus Rob Van Dam. Michinoku Pro 6-man tag. Shane Douglas versus Pitbull 2. Sabu versus Taz. Terry Funk versus the Sandman versus Big Stevie Cool. And Raven versus Terry Funk. 146 minutes. Not bad. It's actually ECW's first ever pay-per-view. So this is Barely Legal 1997. So yeah. Next one up is another match comp, and it is ECW Deep Impact. Totally raw and uncensored. Pioneer Entertainment. I'm assuming that's Taz punching through that glass with the barbed wire. Pop it open. I do have the insert. Let's check out the disc. Great shape. I think I got this for, some people might quote me on it because, I do some unboxings on this, but I don't remember prices until that time that I actually bought it. I think I got it for like $6 maybe. 6 or 7. Not a bad deal. Mikey Whipwreck versus the Sandman versus Steve Austin. Terry Funk versus Sabu. Taz versus Bam Bam Bigelow. Terry Funk versus the Sandman. Terry Funk and the Sandman versus Cactus Jack and Shane Douglas. Masato Tanaka and Jerry Lynn versus Mike Awesome and Just Incredible. And bonus matches. Yoshihiro Tajiri versus Psychosis. And Francine versus Beulah McGillicuddy. And then, of course, you got the bonus matches on the side, too. So, yeah. ECW Deep Impact. This is the entire ECW collection, guys. ECW Heatwave 1998. Pop it open. I do have the insert. Like I said, some don't have the insert, but most of them do. Check out the disc. Phenomenal shape. 134 minutes. We get Tommy Dreamer, the Sandman, Little Spike Dudley versus the Dudley Boyz. The FTW Championship, Taz versus Bam Bam Bigelow. ECW Tag Team Championships, Rob Van Dam and Sabu versus Hayabusa and Ginseng Shinsaki, which is Hakushi in WWF. Mike Awesome versus Masato Tanaka, Chris Candido versus Lance Storm, and Just Incredible versus Jerry Lynn. So, and this goes for high dollar, guys. All these can, the ones I'm telling you they can go for, you can go for cheaper, go for them. But some are quite high dollar. I think I got mine for like 12 maybe, if I'm not mistaken. This was actually one of the highest ones I paid for, actually. Now that I'm looking back on it, I think I paid $12 for this one, if I'm not mistaken. The one I paid $14 for, and that's the one I'm going to show you guys here in a minute. But ECW Heatwave 1998, a pretty rare ECW title, and it is the pay-per-view. Next one is another match comp. It's ECW Hardcore History. I'm assuming that's New Jack. No, I'm just fucking around. But anyway, it does come with the insert. It's a little bent, but oh well. Check out the disc. It has a few scratches on it, but this is one of the first ones I've ever bought. I think I got this for like $5 at FYE back in the day. Yes, I found this at FYE. It's a fucking surprise. But I found this like back in like 2000 fucking like 10 or whatever. So, and it got released in 2001 maybe, something like that. But anyway, Chris Benoit, Dean Malenko versus Sabu and Taz, the Gangsters versus the Eliminators, Raven and Stevie Richards versus the Pitbulls, Shane Douglas versus Pitbull 2, Rey Mysterio Jr. versus Juventud Guerrera, Tommy Dreamer versus Primetime Brian Lee, Cactus Jack versus the Sandman, and Rob Van Dam versus Sabu. So there you guys go. ECW Hardcore History. Yeah, this is another one you can find for decently priced, about $5 or $6. I'd definitely pick it up if I were you. I know I did. It's a little dirty. But anyway, actually I'm probably going to put all these in plastic now that I actually got them complete. This one is one that goes for quite a bit of money as well. It goes for around $20, which I'm glad to have it in my collection. Is ECW The Best of Cactus Jack, which is Mick Foley Extreme Championship Wrestling. There he is with the ECW Tag Team Championship, made by Pioneer Entertainment. Check out. No insert, but I can't complain for what I got it for. The disc has some light scratches on it, but it looks fantastic. It does still play. And the reason why I said the insert is not really a big issue is because I got this for free from a subscriber. Thank you, Jordan B. And Jordan B sent this in one of his first Mailbag Mondays that we did, and I enjoy it tremendously. Thank you very much for the Best of Cactus Jack. There's a spine. You know, it just has some of his best matches from ECW. That's the best I can tell you right now, because, you know, there is no insert and doesn't have any of the matches on the back. But, you know, Cactus was in ECW for a short time back in like 95, so it's pretty much matches from like 95, and it's 210 minutes. So, big thank you to Jordan B for Cactus Jack, the Best of Cactus Jack. So I got that for free from him, so a big shout out to him. Next one is the one I paid the most for, and it's the one that goes for about $40. And it is ECW The Best of the Dudley Boys. And there they are in the camo, and this is the reason, I'll tell you guys here in a minute. This is not the original case, but I don't give a shit. Yeah, let's pop out the disc. Great condition. There's nothing wrong with the disc. No insert, but I don't give a shit. And pretty much, yep. This is the one I paid the most for. This is the one I got for $14 on bid, so I'm glad I got it for that price. Considering it goes for about $40 on eBay. Now, this is one that I need as well. As you guys can tell, they're in camo. They weren't in camo when they were in ECW. They were in tie-dye. And as you guys can tell, most of them are from WWF. They were in WWF at this time. WWF. Because Jeff Hardy was never in ECW. But anyway, there's another one. This is the re-release version of the Dudley Boys. They released 2 versions of this one. Now the other one I'm on the search for. If I can get that, I'll have the entire complete. Now I already have the complete as it is. It's just I want to complete it completely. And if I can find this one where they're in their tie-dye on the cover, that's the one I'm looking for. If I can find that one, I'm going to buy it. Now, this does go for quite a bit of money. And the first one that they released where they're in tie-dye on the front, that one is more rare than this one. Because this one you can find decently, and it's still high dollar. It's also about $40. But I got mine for $14 on bid. A big shout out to TN Couponer. He actually sent me the link to this. So a big shout out to him, the king of deals. He goes, man, I know you're looking for the ECW, the Best of the Dudley Boys. He actually sent me the link for this on eBay, and I got it for $14. A great deal. You know, the most I actually paid for an ECW DVD. But I'm glad to have it. It's pretty much the best of their matches. Total runtime of 169 minutes. Next one is a pay-per-view. It's ECW Guilty as Charged 2001. This is the last ECW DVD, well, I should say, last ECW pay-per-view they released ever, because they went out of business right after this. The case is not in the best shape, but I can always switch the case out. I still haven't, but let's pop it open. It does come with the insert, so that's badass. The disc I only have one problem with, and it's starting to crack, like right here, as you guys can tell. I'm not sure if you guys can see that or not, but there's a crack right there. Maybe you can see it. Oh, there it is. Boom. There's a crack right there. That's the only drawback to this one. But this one actually goes for about $20-something on eBay. I'm trying to put it in there carefully where I'm not ruining the disc. But anyway, there you guys go. That's Guilty as Charged 2001. It goes for $20-something on eBay. I actually got this for less than 10 if I remember. Once again, I buy a shitload of DVDs, guys. I don't know the prices all the time, but it's 129 minutes. We get Cyrus and Jerry Lynn versus Christian York and Joey Matthews. Danny Doring and Roadkill versus Hot Commodity for the Tag Team Championships. Nova versus Chris Hamrick. I Quit match with Tommy Dreamer and C.W. Anderson. Mikey Whipwreck and Yoshihiro Tajiri versus the FBI versus Super Crazy and Kid Cash. Diamond and Swinger versus Mahoney and Chili Willy. The Sandman versus Just Incredible versus Steve Corino in a tables, ladders, chairs, and canes match. And the return of Rob Van Dam versus his arch enemist, arch enemy, I should say, Jerry Lynn, because they had fantastic matches. But there you guys go, Guilty as Charged 2001. Next one is the one I needed to complete my collection, which I'm glad I have, is ECW Anarchy Rulz 1999. It does come with the insert. The fucking disc is fantabulous. It's in great condition. I got this for $6.99, so a great fucking deal. This is the last one I needed. The rest of them I bought all these individually. Except for one, which was a gift from Jordan B. So a big shout out to him. We see Lance Storm, Jerry Lynn, Simon, Diamond, DeVito, Chris Chetty, and Nova. Tajiri versus Super Crazy versus Little Guido. Just Incredible versus Sabu. Taz and Masato versus Masato Tanaka versus Mike Awesome. Tommy Dreamer and Raven versus Steve Corino and Rhino, and Rob Van Dam versus Balls Mahoney for the Television Championship. So, this one actually goes for around $20 on eBay. It goes for quite a bit. All these, except for the first ones I showed you guys, can go for quite a bit of money. So there you guys go, ECW Anarchy Rulz 1999. Only got two more left, guys, so hang in there. ECW WrestlePalooza 1997. Let's check it out. No insert, but once again, don't give a shit. The disc is clean. It's like somebody's never even watched it. This is a pay-per-view from 1997. And we see Shane Douglas versus Chris Chetty, the FBI versus the Pitbulls, the Dudley Boyz versus Sandman and Balls Mahoney, Terry Funk versus Chris Candido, Raven versus Tommy Dreamer, Jerry the King Lawler, Sabu, and Rob Van Dam challenge Team Extreme, Who Answers the Call, Taz versus Sabu, Shane Douglas versus Taz, and the Eliminators versus the Dudley Boyz. Total runtime of an hour and 20 minutes. So, once again, most of these I got the inserts for. Some of them I do not, but I'm just glad to have the complete collection. And the last one is Oh, I forgot to tell you guys. Yeah. This goes for about 20 something on eBay as well. I got this for, God, I think I got it for less than 10 if I remember right. And then ECW CyberSlam 1999. Check it out. No insert. Once again, it's fine. You know, the ones with inserts are badass, but, you know, if you can't find the insert, you know, whatever. You know, it looks like it has a little bit of scratches on it, but not bad. It's not in terrible shape. I've seen DVDs that are just in god-awful shape. But there we go. CyberSlam 1999. Jerry Lynn versus Yoshihiro Tajiri. Nova versus Nova and Chris Chetti versus Rod Price and Skull Von Crush. Super Crazy versus Moscow Della Marduk, whatever. I really don't know, guys. Takamichi Nuku versus Papi Chulo. Rob Van Dam versus Tuco Scorpio. Taz versus Chris Candido. Shane Douglas versus Just Incredible. And the Dudley Boys with Mr. Mustafa versus New Jack Balls Mahoney and Axel Rotten. A total runtime of 1 hour and 20 minutes. So there you guys go. And I got this for, I think, $7 as well. And it goes for about a little over $20. So, yes, I got all these on a deal. And I suggest you guys pick up your guys' deals whenever you guys can, especially for these rare ECW titles. Like I said, I'm still looking for the Dudley Boys in the tie-dye and find it at a good price. If I get that, I'll have the actual real complete ECW collection that they ever released. That's the only one I'm missing. If I get that one, boom, I'll have the complete. Right now it's still complete anyway. It's just if I can find the other Dudley Boys, that'd be badass. So there you guys go. That's the complete ECW DVD collection that they released back in the original ECW days in the United States. I know sometimes they released it in the UK, different ones as well. So I mean, if you're in the UK, go ahead and buy those up. But these are the only ones that they released in the US. If you guys enjoyed this ECW video, don't forget to give us a thumbs up if you guys enjoy it. Don't forget to like us on Facebook, facebook.com/WrestleRampage2. Follow us on Twitter at WrestleRampage. If you guys want to send something for Mailbag Monday, you guys can always do that through the P.O. Box, Joseph Flatt, FLATT, at P.O. Box 6005 in Elizabethtown, Kentucky 42702. And don't forget to hit that subscribe button for more great videos right here from one of the best damn wrestling YouTube channels going today, Wrestling Rampage. And we'll see you next time.